Hey there, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm really glad that you clicked on this video, and I'm hoping that it's because you are interested in growing your audience and engaging with them on social media. And that's because, while yes, this video is going to be about how I actually design my graphics, the whole point of designing those graphics is to promote engagement and to attract new people into your audience. So if you want to find out how I design professional looking graphics really easily and quickly, then just keep on watching. Okay, today's video's got 3 parts, so let me just tell you what we're gonna do. First of all, I wanna explain how I actually use the graphics in my business and what types of graphics I create the most so that you know what I'm gonna show you how to do. And then in the second part of this video, I'm gonna give you a tutorial on how I actually design those graphics. And then finally, I've got a few bonus tips for you to help you get the best result with these graphics that you can get. Okay, so first of all, let me just tell you a little bit about how I actually use the graphics in my business. Now, the first place and the place that you're probably most familiar with me using them is on my YouTube channel. I'm sure that you've noticed the thumbnails on my videos before, and maybe they even prompted you to click on some of my videos. And that's actually the main purpose of the thumbnail, is to get people's attention and get them to click. Because when YouTube suggests your video to someone, if they click on it, then YouTube will suggest your video to more people in the future. So the first way that I use graphics in my business is in my YouTube thumbnails. So I design these images for my YouTube thumbnails, but I actually use them in a few more places also. First of all, a lot of the time we'll turn a YouTube video into a blog post later on. So I can repurpose that thumbnail that I designed for the video to use as the header image on the blog. And then even beyond that, we can also use that same thumbnail image on Facebook to promote either the blog post or the video. So as you can see, we get a lot of mileage out of these graphics that we design originally for the YouTube thumbnails. Okay, and then the second way that I use graphics in my business is on my Instagram account. And I use them to create images with quotes on them, because when you put an image on Instagram with quotes, obviously people will see that text so much more big and bold, and they'll notice it a lot more than if you just put it in the caption. So because of that, whenever I have something really important to say, a point that I really want to communicate to my audience, I use these graphic quotes so that I can make sure that they won't miss them. The next type of graphic that I use a lot in my business is promotional graphics. So I typically design these as square graphics, and I can use them to promote when we have a product launch or even when a new video comes out, anything that I really want to drive traffic towards. And I design them as a square because the main place that I share them is on Instagram, but of course you can use the square images on Facebook or even Twitter as well. Okay, and then the fourth and final place that I use graphics a lot is on Pinterest. I design these much taller, more narrow graphics that perform really well on Pinterest, and I use those graphics to promote either my videos or my blog posts or maybe a free opt-in offer that I'm offering on my website. So here I am inside Fotor, which is my preferred graphic design tool, especially when I want to design graphics really quickly and easily. And I'll leave a link to Fotor down below in the description if you want to try it out for yourself, because it's great and it's also totally free. So I've added in this picture of myself and resized it to fit in the frame, and now I'm adding in this overlay that I'm going to turn white so that the text will stand out just a little bit better. And after I make it white, I like to reduce the transparency so it's a little bit see-through, so it kind of blends in with the background a little bit and doesn't look so harsh. Now I'm just adding in the text to make it clear what this video is actually about so that people are more likely to click on it. And the main rules that I follow when I'm designing something as a not professional graphic designer is to keep it simple and well balanced. So that's why I'm constantly shifting things around and resizing them so that things look balanced. And then I just need to make sure that I don't add in too many different elements, because if I add in too many elements as not a professional graphic designer, then it can get messy fast. Here I'm designing a little graphic for my Instagram account. This is a little quote that I like, and I'm just making it a really minimal design that makes the words actually really stand out and get people's attention. And then finally here I'm going to design this graphic that's a promotional graphic for a blog post, and this is kind of an imaginary blog post actually, because the template that I liked actually had a title that I thought was a good idea for a blog post anyway. So I've changed the fonts here, I'm resizing and shifting things around just like I was doing for the thumbnail, adding in my website URL,
resizing, shifting things around, and I'm going to change the colors to fit better with my branding. Every aspect of these templates is customizable, which makes them really easy to use for your business. You can add in your own photos, or you can take advantage of Fotor's stock photos as well, which make it easy to make things look good really quickly.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed seeing that tutorial of how I actually design the graphics inside Fotor. Fotor is such a great tool for designing professional looking graphics yourself, even if you're not a professional designer, because I know I definitely am not by any means. Now, before we wrap this up, I just want to share with you 3 bonus tips that will really help you get the most mileage out of these graphics. Because as you probably already know, if you just go and share these graphics on your social media accounts, but you don't have a strategy behind how you're actually going to get people to see them, then chances are you won't see a lot of growth, and you can't have engagement if you don't have some growth. So here's what you can do to grow your accounts a lot faster. My very first tip for you is to learn how the algorithms actually work so that you can stop fighting against them and start actually working with them. Despite what you might think or what you might have heard, the algorithms are actually not out there to get you. They're actually designed to give the social media user the best experience that they can possibly have so that they stay on the platform for as long as possible. And so if you work with the algorithms, then they can actually be your best friend, because that's what you want too, right? You want people to be looking at your content for as long as possible. If you're putting your time and energy and your heart into creating your content, and you believe that it's content that really will have a positive impact on people's lives. So the algorithm is not your enemy. In fact, it's your friend, and you just need to learn how it works. And if you want a little bit more information on that, then make sure you check the description box down below, because I recently made a video about specifically the Instagram algorithm and how it actually works. And I know that you'll find that really helpful if you're interested in understanding the algorithm itself. My second tip for how to grow your audience more strategically is to focus in on engagement. First of all, because when you ask your audience to engage with your posts, that post itself will of course perform better. Second, because when one post performs better, then the algorithm has the perception that people like your content more, and so they'll give your content more screen space in the future and promote your content more to your followers and to even people who aren't your followers. And then finally, because when you ask your followers to engage with your content, you're going to be serving your long-term goals much better. And what do I mean by that? Well, the point of growing your audience on social media isn't just have big numbers, right? There's a reason that you want to grow that following. Maybe it's because you have an important message that you want to share with the world. Maybe it's because you're using social media for your business. But whatever your reason, it really can't be accomplished unless people are engaging with your content. If a lot of people see it, but they don't think about it, they don't do anything about it, well, that's not going to do you or them any good. So that's why we really need to focus on promoting engagement. And if you're wondering what that looks like, that's a whole separate discussion, but it starts with things as simple as asking your followers questions. Okay, and then my third and final bonus tip is to collaborate with people who have similar audiences to you. Now, you might not want to collaborate with people who do exactly the same thing as you and who you might be in competition with, although there's certainly a time and place for that as well. But at least other people who have audiences that have a similar profile to your audience, similar age, gender in common, similar interests, similar desires, and that really is the most important one right there, similar desires. They want the same outcome as your audience wants. If you can do collaborations with those people, whether you're creating content together or you're doing a giveaway together or you're even just shouting each other out, that will really help to grow your audience more quickly because you'll get more exposure, and it can even help to increase the engagement that you're getting in your posts because you'll be creating a more organic conversation on the platform. Alright, well that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope that this was helpful to you to see how I actually design my graphics for social media. If you haven't tried Fotor out before, then I'd recommend that you give it a try because it really is a fantastic tool for designing professional graphics as quickly and easily as possible. And it has a bunch of other cool features that I didn't have the time to even share with you guys today. You can actually edit your photos in it or create collages or do all sorts of other cool things. Of course, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then please click that button below so you don't miss my next video. I make 2 videos every single week all about entrepreneurship, success, and personal development, and I would love to have you join us for the next one. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, comment down below, and tell me what platform you are working to grow your audience on. And if you're doing multiple platforms, then which one are you the most focused on? Because you know, I am a big believer in focusing on your biggest goal so that you can really create big results with that goal. So tell me down in the comments, which platform are you the most focused on growing? Okay, well that's all I've got for you guys today, but I hope you're having an amazing week and I look forward to seeing you again next time.